After years of reading and watching shonens, I have come to the conclusion that they all have solid life lessons. And in this crazy mixed up world, we need all the help we can get. So today I will bless you with some shonen life lessons that you can apply. But before we get started, welcome back home to my channel, the only place in the world where everyone is family. Now let's jump straight into one of the most underrated lessons. You can always go harder. Because how many times have we seen our hero beat down and on the edge of death, only to find something deep inside them that lifts them out of that situation? It doesn't matter if it's an alien attack or a dungeon crawling with ogres. The hero just keeps pushing and pushing. And that's the mindset that you have to adopt. If life punches you in the face, you need to look it in the eyes and say, is that all you got? And also, you will never see a shonen character completely give up. Now, they might step away from the training for a bit, but their determination to be great always brings them back. And that's something you could immediately apply if you're trying to get in shape, or when you're trying to achieve a life goal. And that brings us to our next lesson. Don't worry about your destination, just enjoy the journey. Because it's easy for us to get caught up in wanting something immediately. This has become a society of instant gratification. Just look at how many people get sad when they don't get enough likes on Instagram or enough views on YouTube. They've completely lost sight of the meaning of life. They don't know that the experience is all that matters. So you need to start enjoying your life in the now. I mean, you need to soak up every moment. And I guarantee that will bring a level of joy that you never thought you had. Also, you can apply a shonen's unbelievable sense of justice. Because if you haven't noticed yet, they always seem to want to do the right thing. They have a clear line of what's right and what's wrong. And usually nothing can change that. So you have to create a set of rules that you will not break. And they should be things that benefit you by making you a better person. Because nobody likes a flip-flop. They are the type of people that you can't trust. Because you don't know if they're going to attack you or rob you in the future. And that is a damn shame. Another thing you can apply is to be careful who you surround yourself with. Because somebody might be a villain. Because you know, sometimes in an anime, the enemy is closer than you think. And that is also true in real life. It's sad to say, but some people don't want to see you succeed. And it might be a close friend or a relative. I've even seen parents sabotage their kids. So you have to build a team of trustworthy people around you. And you might have to travel the world to make it happen. But nothing is more fulfilling than having a great tribe. Just look how well it worked out for Monkey D. Luffy. Now another one you should adopt, that even in the darkness of tragedy, there is a ray of light. And if you need the perfect example, look no further than Demon Slayer. I mean, the main character had his whole entire family slaughtered. And now he's left with taking care of his sister who's becoming a demon. This should be the type of drive that everyone has when tragedy strikes. Because we all know that life has its ups and downs, but it's up to us to find the light. Just look at every great person in history. They always have a story of extremely hard obstacles that they had to overcome. And usually it involves family tragedy. But they took that pain and built an empire. Or better yet, a legacy. You should be building on every misstep. You shouldn't let anything stop you from achieving your dreams. You should see everything as a lesson. And the only way you can pass is to not repeat the same mistakes. And we all know that repeating something and expecting a different outcome is the definition of insanity. And another thing you should apply is the art of defending people you love with everything you got. Because as your success grows, people will take shots at you and your family. And it's your job to defend and protect. Because you're only as strong as your team. And whenever you're in trouble, they're the ones that's gonna come save you. I can't even tell you how many times my friends had to pull me out of some mess. And the reason they did it is because I'm always doing the same for them. And I'll be damned if I ever let someone hurt my people. I will bring the smoketh. And trust me, you don't want no problems. Also, keep in mind that not having a mother or a father figure does not make you a failure. Because sometimes the roll of the dice in life is harsh. And this is a reoccurring theme in shonens. From Deku not having his father around, to Naruto being a straight up orphan. But they didn't let those limitations break them. If anything, it made them stronger. Which to me is something most people should apply. Just think about how many horrible parents we're seeing nowadays. They seem more infatuated with social media than their kids. It's like offsprings have become a prop for videos. So don't weigh your self-worth with their love. Just pursue your dreams and what makes you happy. And the family that you've always been looking for will find you. Also, don't feel limited by the city or village you live in. Because a true hustler will make it work anywhere. Because a wise man once said, put me anywhere on God's green earth and I'll triple my worth. And that is a mentality that I carry with me till today. There is rarely a situation where I feel like I can't win. And I am very well aware that I come from the hoods of Broward County. But I never let that define me as I travel the United States. You, my friend, are the gatekeeper of your destiny. And no small town can stop you. Just get connected with all the right people and make your move when the time is right. Just like your favorite character. Also, the enemy that you must conquer is not outside but inside. It's like your mind is constantly telling you that you can't, but your heart is telling you keep pushing. And that is the inner struggle that you as a main character will have to deal with. Because this is a battle that no one sees happening. You will have to reject every negative thought, and you will have to change the way you view yourself. And when you're successful doing that, you will see a change in your environment. Because what the mind says, the eye sees. You will go from beginner and end up a legend, just like the heroes before you. And don't feel weird about talking to yourself, because it is a form of self-therapy. And some of us need it more than others. Another thing you should apply is to treat every major event in your life as the end of a story arc. Because constantly looking back into the past is very dangerous. It can actually cause you to spiral into depression. The name of the game is to learn your lesson and move on. And that's the only way the story can progress. So don't get caught up in what could have been. Just accept the fact that it happened. Another thing to keep in mind is that the love of your life is closer than you think. And we've seen this in anime for years. But the same rule applies to your life. Because you don't have to look too far to find your cutie. It could be a coworker or a classmate. But one way or the other, I know they're underneath your nose. Only thing you have to do is recognize it and make your move before the villain does. Because the savages will sure enough take your girl and take her on a roller coaster ride. And depending on how that turns out, you might need to help her fix her mind. Because a bad relationship is traumatizing. I mean, your world will be in chaos until you bring order to it. It's your job to create the magic. It's your job to achieve the impossible. It's your job to be the greatest. Also, you should apply a designated playtime, because sometimes we get lost in the hustle. And if you're not enjoying it, you're not living. So feel free to have a moment in a story arc where you rest. Take a trip to an island or something. Or just roll to the park with a group of friends. Because a little rest and relaxation never hurt anybody. It might actually make you more creative. Because only when your mind is at ease are you able to solve problems. Also, in true anime fashion, never overlook your mentor, because they're the ones that's gonna drop some gems on you. And it doesn't have to be a single person. It could be a collection of people around you, but you need to absorb the game and apply it. Also, you should always have a trick up your sleeve, because it wouldn't be a shonen if you only had one move. This is where the idea of a secret attack comes from. You can do this by laying low and stacking up your savings. And the moment it seems like people are going to count you out, you unleash a river of cash to fulfill your goal. You should be strategic with every movement, and the universe will go out of its way to help you. It will be like everything is aligning perfectly, because we all know that nothing is a coincidence. If it's in your story, it's there for a reason. So keep building on the momentum so you can be successful. And the most important thing for you to apply is the fact that there can only be one king or queen of your world. And the story dictates that it's you. This is the story of how you made it. So don't wait for the ending. Just make the best out of the story that you can. May you never hesitate and find all the glory. Now, if you're new to the house, make sure you hit the subscribe button and the bell notification so you never miss a video. And when you're done doing that, click on one of my videos that just popped up. And I will see you on the next one.